Hi, my name is Conrad Rudolph. Thank you for reading my blog post. In this video, I'm going to be going over how to set up your first React app using Create React App. So, Create React App is a very simple way, and it's recommended for beginners. It will basically set up a comfortable development environment for you so you can start exploring all the things that this library has to offer. So first thing you're going to want to do is head to the node.js site, navigate to the downloads page here, and you're going to want to download the installer that's appropriate for your operating system. In my case, I would use the Windows installer since I'm on a Windows machine. I've already downloaded and installed this, so I won't be doing it, but it's a very simple process. Just hit the download button, open the installer, and follow the installer prompt. I would recommend just keeping everything on the default options. So once you've done that, open up your command prompt, and you're going to want to type in the command npm install space dash dash global npm. npm stands for Node Package Manager. So once you enter that command, this will just ensure that you have the latest npm version. Okay, once you've done that, you're going to want to decide which directory location you're going to want to create your app in. So I'll create it in this directory here. Open your command prompt in that location, and you're going to want to type in the command npx create react app space, and this will be the name of your app. So I'll just call it React App. So this will create a single page environment so that you can start exploring on your own. It might take a minute or two for that to finish. And also the code editor I'm going to be using is Visual Studio Code. I would recommend downloading that as well. Okay, this should be finishing up right away here. So let that do its thing, and now it's done. So to make sure it set everything up properly, so you can see that it created this React app folder here. So navigate to that location in your command prompt, and you're going to want to type in the command npm start. This will deploy the app in a local environment just right on your browser. And there you have it. You have now created your first React app. This is what it kind of defaults to. So let's open that up in our code editor here. Okay, it's already here. So everything you're seeing on this page here is being rendered from this file here, the app.js. So basically how React works is instead of, one big HTML page with tags everywhere and it's hard to read, so React allows you to compartmentalize different components, and it's a lot easier to read, it's a lot easier to manage your code. So if you open this public folder here and go to index.html, you'll see in the body all it has is pretty much this one div, this empty div with an ID of root. Everything in your React app will be rendered into this div. So for example, this app.js class here, or method, this is your own one and only component that you have at the moment. So this app.js component is being rendered in this file here, index.js. As you can see, you're importing app, this method, which is rendering all of this stuff, and this is how it works. You'll import that and render it here, which will then be rendered to this div, this root div, and you're specifying that here. So basically, to get started in the source folder here, I would recommend creating a components folder. And in this components folder, this will hold all of your React components. So for example, say you wanted to just create a very simple single page website with, say, a header, main content, and a footer. So you'll basically create header.js. You would create, I don't know, you maybe call it main.js for the main content of your site, and then say a footer. For the sake of time, I won't actually be creating all of these components, but just for reference, once you have created your header, your main content, and your footer, and you want to render that to your page, you would basically import all those things into this file. So you'd say import footer from, it's in the components folder. Import header and you would import main from component main.js. And once you've imported those, then you can render them just as you rendered this app component here, right? So you'd render header, you'd render main, and you'd render footer. Clearly that won't work because I haven't actually created anything in these files, but that would effectively render a header, main, and footer to this this index.html. It'll render all of those things to this root div, and that is basically how React works. In my next blog post, I'll be going a little bit more in depth and start talking about how to create components, state management, passing props, and all that good stuff. So stay tuned. Thank you very much for your time.